Hey everyone, it's Mark Ferguson with Invest for More. I'm standing outside one of my fix and flips. I keep having a lot of requests for how long it takes to fix up a house. So I'm going to walk through this house, kind of give you an idea of how long it's going to take us. Just remember there's so many variables that go into fixing a house. How many people you have working, the work that needs done, all of that. But we'll take a look at the house, show you what we've got going on, and then give you an idea of what it will take. Alright, so here's the house. Bought this about a month ago. We've been working on it. I'll take you walk through it. You can see we've got our dumpster. We painted the exterior. Still needs a roof. It looks kind of like a weird color with the roof color, but once we change that roof color, it looked a lot better. This is not a huge remodel, but definitely takes time no matter what you're doing. You can kind of see the inside. We'll refinish the floors. We've done some kitchen, bath work, all of that. A house like this, we're redoing the roof, repainting the exterior, repainting the interior, refinishing the floors, putting in carpet in some other areas, vinyl in other areas, did the kitchen, baths, a little bit of electrical work, a little bit of plumbing work. I mean, it'll probably take us 6 weeks to do the whole thing, and that's using kind of a one-man contracting crew. Yes, this is one guy's, all of his tools. So he's a little slower than if you had a bigger crew on here. But then we'll use subs to paint it, to do the roof, to do the plumbing, to do the electrical. We'll have subs in and out of here, which kind of saves some time as well. So it's so hard to say how long it will fix up a house, because on the same house, we could have it done in a month or 3 months, depending on how we have it done. Here you can see the bathroom. I have a before video of this property as well that I'll link to in the description or the comments, and you can see what it looked like beforehand. We redid all this tile, put in a new tub, we'll put in a new toilet, we already put in the new vanity, all of that. We haven't painted yet, as you can see. Had to put in a few new doors. Those will get painted. Had to put in just a couple windows. Most of the windows were already done. But you know, we put in new light fixtures, some of the trim. This room, we replaced that window. You know, again, a couple of doors here and there. And then show you the kitchen, which can take some time. So here's the kitchen, which did not have any of that counter cabinets right there. We added all of that. Home Depot materials. Countertops, cabinets, we'll put in appliances. And we'll walk downstairs. So we'll have to put carpet in down here. Do a little bit of drywall work, get to some of the plumbing, had some plumbing that had to be redone. And then in here, the laundry room. Oh, where's my light? There we go. Another room back here, let's do carpet. We put in those, covered the pipes up that were in here before. I did some texture, as you can see. So it's pretty close to being prepped for paint. Almost all the work's done, besides paint and flooring. So for, you know, doing the bathroom, doing the kitchen, trim work, drywall work, it's probably 3-4 weeks, you know, doors in there, windows as well, for kind of a one-guy crew to do it. If you had 2 or 3 guys, you know, probably get it done in 2 weeks or less. Then you've got to wait for the carpet guys to come in, make sure, you know, a lot of this is scheduling too. If you're good at scheduling and have them all coming in right after one another on top, you know, right away, you'll get it done a lot faster than if you're, you know, waiting until all this work's done. Then you schedule the carpet guys, and they're 2 weeks out. Painters are 2 weeks out. They can really add up. But if you're really good at scheduling stuff, have everybody lined up, you know, you can get this job done in 6 weeks. If you're not as good at scheduling stuff, it can take 3 months to get this job done. If your contractors are slow, it can take 3 months to get all this work done. So many variables that go into it. Plus all the little stuff, the light fixtures, touch-ups will come in after all the work's done, blue tape everything, places where paint needs done. Maybe we missed some stuff we couldn't see when the house wasn't all the way done. Just a lot of things. This is also a fairly small job. A lot of our flips, we're replacing all the windows. We're doing drywall work. Maybe we're rearranging the kitchen. Maybe there's another bathroom to do. Maybe there's more doors we have to replace. In those cases, we can easily take 3 months on a job to get it all done. And it just takes a while. So you never want to expect everything to go as planned. You don't want to expect everything to go as quickly as it will, because it never does. And you'll run into problems too. Maybe, you fix some things, realize, there's some bad wiring, I have to go back and redo that. Just a ton of variables. If we have really big jobs, it can take more than 3 months. It can take 4 or 5 months to get everything done. If you're getting permits on this work, a lot of this does not need any permits. Some of it might, but if you're getting a permit to do everything, that can double the time depending on what town you're in to get the permit approved, to get the inspectors out here, to inspect everything. That can be a huge pain. That's something else to think about. And then with me, I have 20 flips going right now. So when I buy a house, I might not have contractors who can work on it right away. So in the end, it might actually take it, 4 or 5 months before a house is ready to list from the time I buy it, because I'm waiting for contractors to free up, waiting for people to work on the property. So that's something else to consider when you buy a property, when you're having it fixed up, is unless you have things lined up perfectly, just, planning weeks ahead of time, the contractor might not be able to work as soon as you buy the property. You might have to wait a couple weeks for the contractor to get in. You might have to wait a couple weeks for the roofer to schedule time. You might have to wait a couple weeks for the flooring, the paint, all of that. That's why it's really important that you are good at scheduling, have things kind of lined up, planned out, talk to all your subs, talk to all your contractors as soon as you can, as soon as you know you're buying the property. So I don't know how helpful this is for a lot of you to know how long it's going to take to do things, because it's different on every house. It's different with every contractor. It's different depending on what contractors you use, how many people they have. And then you run into bad contractors. So sometimes we'll have contractors that say, it'll take me 2 months to do this job. It takes them 4 months because they aren't working hard, they take on other jobs. Any number of reasons can delay things. So a good rule of thumb is if you think it's going to take 6 weeks to fix a house, plan on 12 weeks. If you think it's going to take 2 months to fix a house, plan on it being 3 months or 3.5 months. Just give yourself plenty of time, because all the costs go up when you hold a house. When you hold, you're not selling it, you're holding it longer than you think. And you have to be really careful. It takes a while to get things done. It takes a while to find good contractors. Takes a while to make sure that all the punch list items are done when they say they're finished, that they really are finished. You don't want to pay them everything before they're all the way done. You don't want them starting another job before they're all the way done. You want to get in there, make sure everything's perfect before they leave the job site. At least that's been my experience, especially before you pay them. Some of my worst experiences are when contractors get paid either by accident or on purpose before they're all the way done with the job. They'll say they're done. They'll say they just have a couple days more they want paid. Don't do it. Wait till they're all the way done, because once you pay them, it's like pulling teeth trying to get them back to finish things up, do the job again. All right, so this house, for the one-man crew, I think we're paying him about, was it $7,000 or $8,000 in labor to do all this, plus we're paying for the materials, doing the roof, the paint. We're going to spend $20,000 on this rehab, maybe even a little more, even though it doesn't seem like that big of a job, just because all the little things add up, all the time adds up. Paint's expensive, roofs are expensive, plumbing's expensive, cabinets, all of that adds up over time. So for this job, kind of a smaller job, say, 6 weeks to 2 months to complete it, around $20,000 to do it, maybe even a little more, and hopefully it'll be ready to go. We'll get it listed, get it sold. On this one, I bought it as a for sale by owner for $157,000. Like I said, putting around $20,000 into it, have another $15,000 or so in carrying costs and selling costs, and we're thinking it'll be worth about $230,000 when we're done. So we'll be making about $30,000 on it, in that range. All right, so that's this property. I think I might walk through one more for you to show a little bigger job we have. All right, here's one of my other houses, which is like 2 blocks away. Old 2-story, cool house. But to give you an idea of what it's gonna cost, this is a huge job, but we've got a really big crew working on it. So it will take longer than the other job, but not a ton longer because we have a lot more people working on it. So this one, we're gonna touch up the trim, not redo all of it. Have to do a bunch of electrical work, so that's gonna take some time and money. Have to paint everything, refinish the floors. You can see some of the electrical work starting there. We're gonna leave the windows. It's got kind of old, cool windows. So that'll save us some time, but we have to do plaster repair with the drywall in here. We actually have all the kitchen. It was in here when we bought it, but there was drywall damage, so we have to redo all that. You can see new can lights, new wiring, almost all new plumbing's going in as well. Upstairs, you can see, had to take out more plaster for wiring. You can see the super old plumbing there. This house, have to do some texture work. Skylight problems where they were leaking. We'll paint everything, which will be a lot of house to paint. The bathroom is completely gutted, so we'll have to redo the whole bathroom here. Bedrooms, they'll all need new paint. There. This room, the green room, paint, of course. Wiring. And the basement needs work as well. So, show you the basement here. So down here they had some water damage we'll have to fix. Putting the new electrical panel right here. This bathroom has to be completely redone, as you can see in here. Ooh, have no walls again. there was drywall last time I was here, so work is being done. As you can see, it's all open now, which makes it easier. We have to run new vents for the heating system, new walls, new electrical. This job, just for the house, there's a kind of a garage shop area in the back too we're going to work on. Probably going to take us 4 months to do this whole thing. That's with a pretty good crew working. With the electrical, kitchen, bathrooms, drywall, heating work. It's probably a $60,000 rehab easily. It's a lot of money that goes into this one. We had to redo the roof as well. It's an expensive roof because it was so pitched, it was so steep. So I think we spent $11,000 on the roof. It's like $10,000 electrical work, probably like $5,000 in plumbing work. All the drywall, paint, fixtures, all of that adds up. So you can see the funky old wiring there. In the nice hole where a vent was. But yeah, this is a big job. So, like I said before in the other video, we planned for 3 or 4 months. It'll probably take longer than that, because it always does. We always find things. You never know exactly how fast your contractor is going to be, but you're supposed to have a full crew here working all the time. And then I bought this house you know, a couple months ago as well. We're just now getting started on it because we had to figure out exactly what we wanted to do with the work, had to figure out who was going to do all the work, exactly what work we're going to do. There's just a lot that goes into it. So overall, it's probably going to be a 6-month job from the time I buy it to the time it's ready to list, ready to sell. So every job is so different. We always find hiccups, things that go wrong on some jobs. Like I said, some houses will get done in a month because they're easy. We have contractors ready to go. They can hop on it, boom, get it done. Other jobs can take 3 months. They're just much work, but we don't have contractors lined up, or we just have one guy working on it. Other jobs will take 6 months because it's much more work. Just a crapshoot. I've had some other properties that will take me close to a year before we buy them, fix them up, sell them, because we run into problems with foundations or city inspectors. We have one I'm trying to add a lot to it to increase the size from a half acre to a full acre for a number of reasons. One, we have a septic on it. We can't replace the septic 'cause it's a non-conforming lot with it only being half an acre. So we have to add that other lot onto it. That will probably take close to a year to complete that whole project. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into these things. Really finding really good subs, really good contractors is one of the toughest parts of this business, but one of the most important. You will find contractors, general contractors, who will say they can do everything: roof, paint, drywall, heating, electrical, plumbing, do it all themselves. It usually takes them longer than if you find subs, because you can get those subs in there, do work while your contractor's doing other work. The more subs I have working, usually the faster it goes, and sometimes the cheaper it goes too, because I'm the one managing those subs, scheduling them, whereas the general contractor is not managing all of them and doing all of that work. All right, so that's this house. Said it'll be a few months, hopefully, when it's done. It's very pretty. Still has some old trim, windows, some nice, vintage items, but at the same time it'll have new electrical, new plumbing, good heating system, and will be functional and old at the same time. So that's what I've got. Yeah, make sure you check out investformore.com for more information on my flips, rentals, all of that. I've got a lot more articles on flipping, time it takes, all that good stuff. I wrote a book on all of this as well, Fix and Flip Your Way to Financial Freedom, which goes through start to finish everything I do on these houses, how to find those contractors, how to manage them, how to find the deals, how to sell them, all of that good stuff. And of course, if you have questions, leave a comment below. And if you like the video, please hit the thumbs up. And if you want to see the after videos on these houses, subscribe. And when we're done with them, I'll do another video and you can see what they look like once they're all done. All right, thanks for watching and good luck to everybody.